here to explain why I consider so important informing people about the dangers of nuclear power plants. I've been covering up a little bit of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant disaster, and I've been discussing about this matter on the internet pretty much lately. And I've been putting aside other more deadly matters like malaria or cancer or AIDS or you name it, discussing other things, wars, stupid wars, like any war is just a stupid thing. Why do I consider so important the nuclear power plant matter? Well, the answer to this question is that we have more than 400 nuclear power plants, most of which, basically every single one of which, need human intervention to prevent a catastrophe, a meltdown. Same with many nuclear disposal facilities like spent fuel pools, etc. So in the case of a cataclysm, in the case of, for example, of a meteor, a big meteor falling onto the Earth, onto an ocean, like we've had in the past, for example, during the second millennium before Christ, the third millennium before Christ, at the time of the flood myth, the deluge, the great deluge, which every single ancient, I'm repeating, every single ancient culture tells you about. There's been this big meteor causing this deluge, so huge megatsunamis of some hundreds of meters in height, thousands of feet if you prefer, and rains that just washed away lands all over the world for months, and we have nuclear power plants that in such a case will poison our Earth, creating much more damage than the deluge itself. And the danger doesn't only come from meteors and comets of a size which would not kill mankind, but would cause the death of mankind because of the nuclear power plants. I'm just talking about mankind, not the whole nature. And I'm not talking about endangered animals and ecosystems, just for us. Okay? It's a very selfish consideration. The same problem may be seen in the case of a deadly virus spreading throughout the population, or a deadly bacteria, or a deadly fungus. The same thoughts could be done if we had an inversion of the Earth, of the polarity of the Earth, because in the past it has happened that the polarity of the Earth inverted, and this means like a big change in winds right away. Okay, like the currents that create certain climates in Britain could just stop, and Britain could turn into a polar island, for example, in a matter of weeks, if we had a polar inversion. And a polar inversion is something that is documented by crystals. Crystals grow when magma cools down and the molecules align one on top of the other one based on their polarity, on the molecular polarity surrounding them, and they align. They slowly cool down. They stop being liquid. They turn into something solid, and they align like a snowflake, crystals, and they're created this way. But they're also influenced by the magnetic fields. And any geologist can tell you that there have been inversion of the north and south pole of our planet, and they are documented by the way these crystals are inside rocks, because at a certain point you have crystals growing a certain way, and then they just turn around, just change their alignment. Okay, so and you can tell this. It's something that it's happened. It can happen again, and that would mean big change in climate. Life will keep on. We'll just have moving of living creature organisms from an environment to another one with big death, but will survive. Life would keep on. You would have migrations of animals. Mostly would die, but some of them will survive to the new location. But if this happens and we have floods and we have famine and just disorganization of our society, we could have hundreds of nuclear meltdown, which would result in the death of mankind, because we have our reproductive age starting from 12 years old, and in our society people don't reproduce normally before they're 18 or something like that. So we're very exposed to these to high levels of radiation. We could just die as a species. We don't have the time to evolve as fast as bacteria and insects do. So we're very to evolve and adapt to a nuclear and poisoned nuclear wasteland. So bacteria can adapt to a nuclear wasteland. We can't. We would just disappear. Okay? Or just small groups of humans could survive in some island somewhere in the southern hemisphere, probably. And, we would just be like monkeys on an island. That would be our future. That's why I'm so concerned about nuclear energy. It's just very stupid. And I have to say, if you're in power and if you can do something about it, just stop this crazy thing. It's even worse than nuclear weapons. It's just accumulating radioisotopes in a condition where you need humans to keep them safe. Otherwise, they're just spilled into the environment. I mean, is this engineering? This is dumb. Okay, this is really stupid. And really, so this is why it's so important to me, and it should be very important to you as well. Anyway, take care, and see you.